get it done fast, and they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 2nd and 5 now. Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield.
And pressure gets to him again. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson, Gates with a grab. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Sliding out of the pocket. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now Mayfield lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Mayfield trying to get him up to the line as fast as he can.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Pulled in at the 24. He jumps over it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking long for Thomas. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Michael Thomas, 65 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Hauschka adds the extra point. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score.
Now a hit and a loose football. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Forced out to his left. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The chance of wasting this great starting field position. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but now it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Dancing to his left. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Now Jackson on first down. Thomas has got it. Complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 32 on the play. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. After the sack, they come up on 3rd and goal from the 18. Jackson now being chased out left, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. An 18-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On second down, Mayfield again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield now drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And and that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Mayfield now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 49, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson, this is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the move to his left. He'll try and run it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Here's Mayfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Hill on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now it's Jackson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.